It's Blimp War! Giant balloon of Mayor Sadiq Khan in yellow bikini to be flown over London in protest at Trump baby, which dictated the US president in a nappy during his visit to Britain. And that was a full mouthful. So, look, obviously more than 58,000 have been raised to pay for the bikini-clad blimp of Mayor Khan. Organiser Yanni Bruno, might be mispronouncing, 28, began campaigning in response to the Trump baby balloon. So, yeah, let's see if he actually allows it. Because, according to him, he wouldn't stop the balloon, right? That's what he said. Let's jump into the story. He was accused of putting a dampener on Donald Trump's visit at London last month by allowing a giant balloon of him dressed in a nappy and flying over the Capitol. Obviously, they're talking about Trump there. But now Sadiq Khan is set to face his own humiliation as protesters prepare to launch an inflatable showing the London mayor dressed in a bikini, or a bright yellow bikini. Organisers raised more than 58,000 online to pay for the blimp of Mr. Khan, following the furor over the 20-foot balloon dubbed Baby Trump, which was granted permission to rise above Parliament Square during the US president's visit last month. The inflatable depicting a bikini-clad Mr. Khan, which is slightly larger than its rival at 29 feet, will be flown in the same Westminster location on Saturday morning. And you know I'm going to cover this on the day. Yanni Brie, the 28-year-old marketing manager behind the effigy, said that he had been angered by Mayor's focus on political point scoring instead of dealing with soaring crime. He said, quote, "I was just so irritated that Mr. Khan took upon himself to speak on behalf of the UK over the president's visit. Whatever anyone thinks of Mr. Trump, he's still a leader of the free world and should be accorded the respect of the position, especially at such a critical time for the UK as we face separation from the EU. It feels like the Mayor of London prioritized point amity over good of the country. The design of the inflatable showing Mr. Khan dressed in a bikini pokes fun at one of the first decisions upon taking office when he banned adverts on London Underground that promoted an unhealthy body image." It's funny how the Muslim mayor doesn't seem to want bikinis, isn't it? It's weird, that. Just saying. It follows a row over a billboard poster showing a woman in bikini and asked, "Are you beach ready, body ready?" Mr. Brewer said it's ridiculous that he talked about an importance of freedom of speech when he gave permission for London to insult the President of the United States while imposing censorship upon himself and the lives of ordinary Londoners. Quote, "He would never have given permission for that balloon if it ridiculed Barack Obama. It feels like freedom of speech only applies if you have views deemed acceptable by our governing bodies." I like this guy, I should interview him. That's what I wanted to put at the test, and as well as provide a voice for those in despair at the crime statistics in the capital since Khan took charge. But he couldn't really turn down when he had made such a big deal of Trump. Ahead of Trump's visit, Mr. Khan defended his decision to allow the balloon of the US president, saying, I shouldn't be the arbiter as a politician of what's good in taste or bad taste. What's important is so peaceful and for it to be safe. And frankly speaking, the idea that we're limiting the rights to protest, we're limiting the rights to freedom of speech because it may offend to a foreign leader is very, very slippery slope. Mr. Khan added the UK, like in fact the US, had a long and rich history of rights and freedoms to protest, the freedom of speech and the freedom to assemble. You're joking, right? The UK has that? Tell the Count Dankula. Can you imagine if we limited freedom of speech because someone's feelings might be hurt? Count Dankula, anybody? Like, anybody that gets arrested for a mean tweet? Like, is he really trying to pull this stuff? Okay, so look, at the end of the day, I think $58,000 for a balloon is insane. I'd like to know where the rest of the money went. But at the end of the day, look, this is obviously trolling Sadiq Khan. Do I find it a little bit cringy? Sure. At least it's funnier than the Trump baby balloon, I suppose. At least, you know, he's like in a bikini or something and whatnot. But, yeah. But, I don't know. It's balloon warfare. What's good for one is good for the other. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about this. It's funny, I suppose, that he's going to be in a bikini and whatnot. But, I don't know. Is it really going to change much? I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you support this? Do you think this is funny? Is there a difference between this and Trump's balloon? Do you think that one should have been allowed and not the other? Or do you think they both should be allowed? Which is where I tend to fall on this. If you're going to allow Trump, then you have to allow Sadiq Khan's balloon. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.